Welcome one and all. Today's session on database management system, Unit 5. The given this is a syllabus for second BCA second semester for Bangalore North University. The topic is concurrency control techniques. In concurrency control techniques, locking technique for concurrency control. So in this session, content covered is one locking technique, second one is binary lock, rules for binary, shared or exclusive lock. Next point is rules for shared or exclusive. The objective of the session is number one objective student to able to understand the locking techniques for concurrency control. The second objective is to explain rules of binary and shared exclusive or read write locks. Third objective of the session is to know how binary and shared exclusive or read write locks works. Now let us understand one by one. In concurrency control techniques, when transactions are executed concurrently, there should not be any interference. This can be ensured by serializability of schedules using protocols, which are set of rules. One technique employs the technique of locking data items to prevent multiple transactions from accessing the items concurrently. Locking protocols are used in most commercial database management systems. Another set of concurrency control protocols use timestamps. A timestamp is a unique identifier for each transaction generated by system. Another protocol called optimistic protocol. The optimistic protocol is based on the concept of validation or certification of a transaction after it executes its operations. Another factor that affect concurrency control is the granularity of the data items. What portion of the database a data item represents. An item can be as small as a single attribute value or as large as a disk block or even a whole file or the entire database. When indexes are used to process transactions, certain concurrency control issues arise. Locking techniques for concurrency control. So in this session, a lock is mechanism to control concurrent access to a data item. A data items can be locked in two types. One is binary lock, second one is a shared lock. In locking technique, a concurrent execution of transactions can be controlled based on the concept of locking data items. A lock is a variable associated with a data item that describes the status of the item with respect to possible operations that can be applied to it. Generally, one lock is employed for each data item in the database. Locks are used as a means of synchronizing the access to database items by concurrent transactions. the nature and types of locks, the protocols that use locking to guarantee serializability or transaction schedules, and the problems associated with the use of locks, such as deadlock and starvation, and the method of handling them are all discussed in the coming session. Two types of lock can be already informed. One is a binary lock, second one is a shared lock or executive lock also. One is, now let us understand one by one. One is binary lock. As name indicate, binary indicate what? Two. Binary lock values. It can be two states or values. Name indicate two. Binary means two. One is locked 1. Second one is unlocked 0. The binary operations used in binary lock are lock item, unlock item. A distinct lock is associated with each database item X. The concurrent value of the lock associated with item X is denoted by lock of X. If this value is 1, item X cannot be accessed by a database operations that requests the item. If the value is 0, the item can be accessed when requested. A binary lock operation, the two operations used with binary lock are lock item, second one is a unlock item. When a transaction requests to access to an item X, it first issues a lock item X operation. If lock X is 1, the transaction is forced to wait. If lock of X equal to 0, it is set to 1, so that this transaction locks the item and other transaction cannot access it. When the transaction is through using the item, it issues an unlock item X operation which sets lock of X to 0, so that X may be accessed by other transaction. Hence a binary lock enforces mutual exclusion on the data item. Now let us understand lock item X B. If lock X equal to 0, then lock X equal to 1. Else means otherwise. Begin, wait until lock X equal to 0 and lock manager wake up transactions. Go to B, end means starting condition. This is lock item X. Now next unlock item X. In unlock item X, lock X equal to initialization is what? 0. If any transactions are waiting, then wake up one of the waiting transactions. This is a definition of what? Unlock item X. Next, when this locking and unlocking item, the lock item and unlock item operations must be implemented as individuals. This is shown in previous session. No interleaving should be allowed. Once a lock or unlock operation is stored, until the operation terminates or the transaction waits, the wait command within the lock item X operation is implemented by putting the transaction on a waiting queue for item X until X is unlocked and the transaction can be granted access to it. Implementation of a binary lock. are rules for transaction in binary lock scheme are: number 1, the operation lock item X should be issued before any read item X or write item X. So each lock can be recorded with three fields: data item name, comma lock, next locking transaction, plus a queue for transactions that are waiting to access the item. The system needs to maintain only these records for the items that are currently locked in a lock table, which could be organized as a hash file. Items not in the lock table are considered to be unlocked. The DBMS contains lock manager subsystem to keep track of and control access to lock. These following rules followed a transaction in a binary locking scheme that are enforced by the lock manager module of the database management system. The second point rules: the operation unlock item X should be issued after all read item X and write item X operations are completed in T. The third rule: a lock item operation should not be issued if transaction already holds the lock on a item X. The fourth rule: an unlock item X should not be issued unless it already holds the lock on item X. So, between the lock item X and unlock item X operations in transaction T, T indicate transaction, T is said to hold the lock on item X. At most, one transaction can hold the lock on a particular item. Thus, no two transactions can access the same item concurrently. Next, shared exclusive or read-write locks. Shared exclusive or read-write locks. Several transactions should be allowed to access the same item X if they all access X for reading purposes only. If a transaction is to write an item X, it must have exclusive access to X. The shared exclusive lock is used for this purpose and is called a multiple mode lock. It has three locking operations. They are: number 1, read lock X, second one is write lock X, third one is unlock X. A lock accessed with an item X denoted as lock of X can have three possible states. They are read locked, second one is a write locked, third one is a unlocked. The implementation of the three locking operations can be handled by maintaining lock table and keeping track of the number of transactions that hold a shared read lock on an item in the lock table. Each record in the lock table will have four fields. One is data item name, second one is a lock, third one is a number of reads, fourth one is a locking transactions. The state of lock is either read locked or write locked. No interleaving should be allowed. Once one of the operations is started until either the operation terminates by granting the lock or the transaction is placed on a waiting queue for the item. First, you can understand read lock X. Number 1. B. If lock x is equal to unlocked, then begin lock x is equal to read locked. Number of reads x equal to 1. End. Else, another condition. If lock of x equal to read locked, then number of read x equal to number of read of x plus 1. Else, begin wait until lock of x is equal to unlocked and the lock manager wake up the transaction. Go to B starting. Then end semicolon. This is for what? Read operations. Then write lock operation. In this write lock of x, B, if lock of x is equal to unlocked, then lock of x is equal to write locked. Else begin wait until lock of x equal to unlocked and the lock manager wake up the transaction. Go to B starting. Then end semicolon. Unlock of x. In this unlock operations, if lock of x is equal to write locked, then begin lock of x equal to unlocked. Wake up one of the waiting transactions, if any, end. Else, if lock of x equal to read locked, beginning number of reads x is equal to number of read x minus 1. If number of read x equal to 0, then begin lock of x equal to unlocked. Wake up one of the waiting transaction, if any, end. Then another beginning end. This is a lock and unlock operation for shared or exclusive locks. The following rules should be enforced by the system while using shared or exclusive locking scheme. Number 1. A transaction T must issue the operation read lock x or write lock x before any read item x operation is performed in T. Number 2. A transaction T must issue the operation write lock of x before any write item x operation is performed in transaction T. Number 3. A transaction T must issue the operation unlock of x after all read item x and write item x operations are completed in transaction T. Number 4. A transaction T will not issue a read lock of x operation if it already holds a read or shared lock or write exclusive lock on item x. Number 5. A transaction T will not issue a write lock x operation if it already holds a read, shared lock or write exclusive lock on item x. Number 6. A transaction T will not issue an unlock x operation unless it already holds a read, shared lock or write exclusive lock on item x. This is for rules for transaction in binary locking system. A conversation of locks. A transaction that already holds a lock on item x is allowed under certain conditions to convert the lock from one locked state to another. The lock table must include transaction identifiers in the record structure for each lock to store the information on which transactions hold locks on the item. This is required each time lock conversation is used. A transaction T can issue a read lock X and then change to another lock by issuing a write lock X operation. This is called upgrading the lock. A transaction T can issue a write lock X and then change to another lock by issuing a read lock of X operation. This is called downgrading the lock. This is for conversation of a locks. So in this unit 5, in this session, we already understand what is concurrency control techniques, what is the meaning of concurrency control techniques, and locking technique for concurrency controls. Then types of binary locks, shared exclusive lock, then each binary lock individually, locked 1, unlocked 0, then binary lock operation. In this lock operation, binary lock item, unlock item, then algorithm for operation of lock item and unlock item, then easily understand. Then implementation of binary lock also. In this, some rules for 4 rules for implementation of binary lock can easily understand. Shared or exclusive read write locks. In the here also some operations. There are 3 operations: read lock X, write lock X, and unlock X also you are already understand. Then 3 possible state for read locked, write locked, unlocked. These are all we already understand in this session. And individually read lock X operations and then write lock operations and unlock operations for shared exclusive locks can be easily understand. Some rules for enforce system while using shared exclusive locking systems. There are 6 points already we are explained in this session. Lastly, conversation of locks also we have some idea about this. So in this session is purely concurrency control techniques. Then whenever you want to prepare this session, some reference books are needed. One is Abramsey, Silberg, Henry E. Korth, S. Sudarshan, Database System Concepts, 6th edition, MC Grohill, 2012. So another one reference book, CJ Date, Introduction to Database System, 8th edition, Edition Wesley. These 2 reference books and some textbook also needed. One is Ramesh Elsmari and Shamkant B. Nawate, The Fundamentals of Database Systems, 5th edition, Pearson Education, 2007. And one more textbook, A Database Management System, as per new CBCS syllabus for 2nd semester BCA, Bangalore North University and Bangalore City, 2014-15, Chitra Ravi also. So thank you one and all.